Hello then. How are we? Hello, dickheads and dickettes, and I suppose non-binary dickheads? Is that a thing? I don't know. What do you call a non-binary dickhead? Sounds like the start of a very transphobic joke, but there we go. Yes, this is going to be a much more chill stream than would usually be the case. And it's at a very, very strange time. It's nearly 11 p.m. here in the UK. So that's nearly 6 p.m. on the east coast of America, which would be... what the fuck time would that be? 11 p.m.? Nearly 11... Oh, sorry. Nearly 11 a.m. on... in Fiji. Which means that all of the people of Fiji should be awake. And thus watching me. But yeah, we'll see, I suppose. Have I plugged my thing in? I have, yes. It's 14:55 in Wastate. 10 a.m. I think. Is it? Let's check. Time in Fiji. The time in Fiji is 9:55. You're correct. I've got my mathematics an hour out there. Apologies to the people of Fiji, but you should still be awake, Fiji, and watching me. Anyway, yes, apologies for earlier today and the fuck up involved in that. My internet service provider is officially dog shit, and I will be getting rid of them. I don't know exactly when, but I will. I've got some telephone numbers for other providers who will be offering, who I will be ringing up and getting, I'll be taking, I'll be getting quotes for, for decent internet access. Because the thing is, I don't even care that it's that, I don't even care that it's a slow internet connection or a fast internet connection. I just want it to be consistent. Like some days I turn up and it's fucking perfect, and literally there are no dropped frames, there's no lagging, there's no bullshit. That's wonderful. That's really nice. That feels like it's worth paying for. And then sometimes I turn up today and it was absolutely dreadful. I mean, literally appalling, to the point where it wouldn't broadcast, basically. What the fuck? And the thing is, they clearly have like the web connection to be able to make it happen, but sometimes it just doesn't, for no fucking reason. Whatever. Anyway, well, I presume for no reason. I presume there is a reason. Obviously, nothing happens for no reason, but no acceptable reason. Like, I'm paying for a service that I'm getting part of the time, which is shit. And a genuinely massive sincere apology. I don't know if she's watching, maybe she isn't, she's probably in bed. She lives in a different place, a time zone that's an hour further ahead, so it's nearly midnight there. But apologies to Christy Winters. The doctor and I were going to be doing a show, which I was supposed to be hosting. We went to her host thing for her to host on her channel, and that went well for a little bit, although there was a massive lag, so let's not pretend it was fucking brilliant. But it went, we did a bit, and then it wasn't going to work in the end. So apologies to her for all of this, not just for today's nonsense, but I should have gotten this sorted a long time ago. This is not cool. She deserves better than that. So yeah, I'll be getting better internet connection at some point. But anyway. Sounded quite defeated back there, Ken. No. Well, I presumed Ken was a spelling, but thank you. Yes, Kev. Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm not defeated. Certainly not defeated. But all British internet for upload is garbage, to be honest. Well, I don't mind it. Like I say, I don't mind it being like a bit slow or whatever. Just consistent. That's all I want from it, really. Just, I want to know when I turn on the fucking computer and fire it up, at least roughly what I'm getting, rather than, not at all. But anyway, so yeah, apologies to Christine, apologies to the audience. who obviously, I mean, I have a running joke on my show that, I don't care about the audience. And I often verbally abuse you, but it's done entirely sarcastically and with love. Um, but no, I'm genuinely sorry. That's not acceptable. I don't do this like professionally or anything, but if I'm going to put out content, I think it's only fair that an audience turns up in the same way that I go to my internet service provider and expect to have roughly the product I'm paying for. Um, Whilst I suppose technically you're not paying for this, you're still. It sounds horrible to try and commodify it, but it basically is. When you're a consumer of my product, whatever that is, and you've been getting shit for quite some time. Or should I say, you've been getting. I think the content, when it's actually broadcast and broadcast well, is fine. I'm genuinely proud of putting out good, positive, progressive messaging, but all too often it's not been of a high enough standard partly because of the internet. And I apologise for that. That's not cool. But anyway, I mean, look, the internet is now working. The magical internet fairy pixie people who run the interwebs have deigned it in my honour to be allowed to do this. So, But yeah, whatever. Anyway, I checked my VM speed after you posted. 212 megabits per second. Download 21 megabits per second. Upload from a Manchester server. See, 21 would be absolutely grand. I think I don't know what I'm doing on this one. Hang on. I'll check now for your tone. What was it? Internet speed check. What's it now? It's at what, 5 and a bit. Hang on. 6, 7, 7, 8. 6, 7. Hang on. There you go. It's the server's still in London, so maybe the Birmingham server around? I don't know. Anyway, 6.82. So 21 would be fucking awesome. Damn it, Kev, you do this for mostly free. Stop sounding so down. No, it's not. Well, yeah, I do it for free, but you still. I don't know if it's necessarily. I need to check from a cable device when nothing else running for a tech person will ignore that you'll. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. But in terms of sounding down, I don't know if necessarily everyone appreciates how much effort goes into all of this. Aside from the fact that all of the kind of outside stuff that you don't necessarily even get to see or experience, and that doesn't get talked about all that often, like putting yourself out there. And I'm not for a second suggesting that like this is like being at a coal face. This is some absolutely, because I'm putting myself out there. No one's forcing me to do this. I'm not doing this for money. Although if you want to give me money, the links are below. Anyway, putting yourself out there, it takes a lot just to get to like the start gates of doing this kind of thing, in terms of like putting yourself in an emotional state where you can do this without it like crippling you, because you get so much hate. Jesus Christ. And it's not even just political streamers, right? Makeup tutorials. Look, I've purposely gone onto videos I would never go onto, like makeup tutorials or weird, like obscure fucking topics that are just, really niche and completely apolitical, right? They just, like I say, it's a makeup tutorial. There's nothing political about it. It's a person putting on fucking makeup. And the hatred that gets poured onto the creator. And again, I don't want people to think like, for a second, that I'm here, like, woe is me. I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. I can deal with it. But like I say, it takes a lot to that point. When you then put effort into actually creating content as well, and you're let down by like the technical aspect of it or whatever, because of things that, I mean, technically it's inside my control to a degree, but not entirely, right? Like I don't know, like I couldn't make the internet happen. I don't. I rely on technicians and people who lay the fucking cable down and all the rest of it. Um. So I can't solve those issues really. Like I have to rely on the fact that there's technical people who know what they're doing, and so to put all of that out there and then it still doesn't get you anywhere. To put all that effort into it and it doesn't like pay off sometimes. Um, Not that you can guarantee anything will pay off, but my payoff is just being able to talk. Really, this is like a sounding board, right? This is like it's a very cathartic thing. The entirety of my prepared content and this live streaming stuff, it's all catharsis. I allow um oh man, this sounds like work right now. Anyway, let's stop reading the chat, Kev. You get distracted and you can't talk. And the whole point of streaming is you're supposed to talk. Otherwise, it's dead air, and that's nothing. Anyway, oh, I've totally lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Anyway, yeah, basically, I can't. There are some things I can't control, and That's not. It's not that big a deal. Like I'm not going to sit here and get like really downhearted about it, but it's still fucking frustrating, you know. Do you have the same hamsters as Max? I don't even know what that means. Catharsis, thank you, Tony. Yes, that's what I was talking about. This is catharsis for me, right? Just being able to talk and get some shit off my chest and analyze and debunk and I suppose you might say attack, but it's only verbal. Meme attack. A meme attack, a meme offensive, if you will, against people who I think are deserving of that. So hopefully make the world a tiny, tiny bit better, and on a personal level to have that catharsis of being able to do that consistently. That's really nice for me. That's a really important outlet. And so to have that taken away from me is so frustrating, especially because in no matter what walk of life you want to talk about, no matter what skill set you might have within that, there are things that are going to be weaknesses for you, right? Lionel Messi is the best offensive footballer in the world. I don't know that he's great in coming and claiming a corner, for instance, or whatever. Like he's not the best defensive player in the world, and so there are things that you know are like weaknesses for you. And I am very much the Lionel Messi of streaming. You understand? Clearly the best in the world. But my issue, of course, is the technical side of things. Technology kind of terrifies me. I don't know if you've necessarily picked up on that. And Rory Katz has decided that now I've started streaming, he wants out. So give me just 1 second. Rory Katz, I'm going to kill you. I swear to God. You dickhead. Get out. I'm not really going to kill him, by the way. That's just how me and him talk. He pulls a knife on me. I threaten his life. It's fun times. Don't ring the RSPCA. It's that. Those are just jokes. Anyway, yeah. So where was I? Yeah, I'm the Lionel Messi of streaming. Clearly. So there are things that I don't know. Technology's fucking terrifying for me, right? I hate it. It always breaks. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to fix things. So I have to totally rely on other people for that. And so to have that weakness exposed, especially in such a public way, right? Like, you try to stream and then you fail. Everyone knows what's happened there. You fucked up. It didn't work. You tried and you bollocksed it. It's something I'm very self-conscious of. And so to have that thing done in that way is pretty humiliating, actually. Like, it's not pleasant. There are many things I can take about this, like the hatred. I love the hatred in many respects. I've always said, if you pour hate on me, I grow. I love it. I love it when fascists come after me, because that's the point. I want them to hate me. That's my barometer. That's how I know I'm doing something worthwhile here. Like, I'm not saying for want to become famous, buy followers, primes, and views. No, but thank you for bombarding me with this nonsense on Twitch. That's very, very kind of you. Anyway, so yeah, Yeah, it's pretty humiliating. It's pretty unpleasant to have what is obviously a flaw exposed, especially quite consistently. So that's when you get like, and it's the hope that kills you in many respects, right? Like you get some streams where there are zero drop frames, and I'm going to tempt fate now by checking. So far in this stream, I've had zero drop frames. Now it's probably going to completely fuck up because I've said that. It did. It did literally this day last week on Wednesday, wasn't it? Um, and that's amazing. That makes you feel like on top of the world. You're like, yes, that thing that was like a huge deficiency in what I do here is like, oh, it's ISPs are like cars. Open reach infrastructure is like an old quarry track full of deep, oily puddles. I am so lost. I don't know what that means. Anyway, um, yeah, to have that deficiency sort of taken care of, at least temporarily, you think, oh shit, maybe I've got the hang of this. Like maybe I don't need to worry about it so much, and then it completely fails. It's the hope that kills you. It's the thinking that you've done something or like achieved a level of technical proficiency, and you haven't. And then you come crashing down, and it's the worst feeling. Like last Wednesday, genuinely, it makes you think like, why am I even bothering with this? No, don't worry, I'm not going to stop. It's part of what I do. Um, but it makes you think like, why am I even bothering with this? Because last Wednesday I was so down for like 2 or 3 hours there. I was genuinely upset and hurt and downbeat about all of that because it started like literally I tried to go and it went for like however long and then just completely fucked, which shows me that it's definitely the internet service provider are doing something. I don't know why. I don't know if genuinely I know so little about the technical side of how the internet works that I couldn't even give you an example of something they might have been doing to make the internet not happen anymore. That's how technically improficient I am at all of that. But anyway, yeah, they clearly cut it off or whatever at some times because there are some times where it literally will. It'd be absolutely perfect, and then it'll just completely cut off, like stop or whatever, or like go down to like zero. Look, I'll show you. Look, I think someone mentioned it in chat earlier. Where are we? Oh, you know to come to my Twitter, don't I? I sent a tweet. I did like the internet speed test thing or whatever, and where are we? And I sent a tweet to my internet service provider with the information. Hang on, there we go. Right, tab. Yep, that's showing up. Good, good, good. And this is it. This is the internet down. 0.14 download. 0.13 upload. Now I'm paying. It says like there's a maximum of 40 or something. Now I don't need 40. That's 10 is fine. Like I say, I did the test a second ago and it was like 8 point whatever, and this is going out. That's all I want. If you can give me 8 point whatever every day, I'll fine with that. I don't fucking mind. That's beautiful. You don't need to advertise to me saying it's 40 and then give me 10 one day and 0.14 the next. That's no use to me. That's no fucking use. That's the fucking internet I was being provided, and I'm paying for this, right? This is not like the cheapest available option or anything. I went with like a medium range thingy-majig, like package or whatever. And I'm paying a reasonable sum. I just hit the fucking microphone. There we go. That's another side of the technical proficiency, which I don't even give a fuck about. But yeah, I'm paying for this, and I'm getting shafted, frankly. It's disgusting. What the fuck's the point? What other service would this be acceptable? Well, other than the police. But at least they give you consistently 0.14% of justice. Anyway, that's a little topical joke for you there. Yeah, and even though I attempted fate, still no drop frames, which is fucking mental. Anyway. But anyway, how is everyone doing? Hang on. Yeah, I'm going to go through my bookmarks as I was going to earlier today. And they're mostly stupid nonsense, but it's funny nonetheless. Where are we? Come on. There we go. Right. I'll just check on the how's everyone doing in the chats and all of that. What bollocks excuses Virgin giving you? Oh, hello Utah Outcasts, by the way. Go and subscribe to Utah Outcasts, both here and I think they're probably on like iTunes or some shit. If they're wrenched, so Utah, if you want to drop your links in the chat, feel free. They're awesome. Anyway, they haven't given me any excuse yet because I decided to change from them only after what was the close of office hours or whatever. So there's no point ringing them now. They're not going to have anyone there. But tomorrow I'm going to ring up other companies and get like quotes and find it a little bit better. MAGA people should sail the channel. Thank you. Yes, go and subscribe to Utah Outcasts. They are, I think I'm right in saying, the only good people in Utah, if I recall correctly. Anyway, I'm only joking. Anyway. Someone in the chat from Twitch got their dog back from the vet. That's cool. I don't really know what that means other than your dog is happy and healthy, so good. Yeah. Anyway, no, the good luck on the dog front. They are on the Apple Store. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So go and check out the Utah Outcasts. Anyway, how do you feel about Candace Owens and Cardi B beefing on Twitter? It's kind of funny, isn't it? Like I've enjoyed that. I don't know if people have seen any of that. Cardi B and the rapper or hip hop artist, whatever, calling out Candace Owens. Oh no, well, technically Candace Owens has started this because Candace Owens is just a fucking grifting, attention-seeking twat. Calling out Cardi B, and Cardi B eventually had enough and snapped back, and she did pretty well, I think, actually. Candace Owens did the usual thing because this is what the right always do. It doesn't matter what the interaction is. If they interact with the leftists, they will always claim victory, and it's nonsense. She got absolutely dragged by Cardi B. I think the favourite one being, oh god, I'll have to look it up. Hang on, I want to save that. Hang on. Candace Owens is pregnant. And unlike many of the members of my family, she's doing miscegenation. So thank you, Candace. But anyway, Cardi B and Candace Owens. There's one particular tweet which I found very funny. Where are we? There we go. This is the fucking one. Right. Candace Owens is 6 months pregnant, and she's saying she had to rip Cardi B a new WAP. WAP is wet ass P word. P word being the word for the female genitals, of course. Thank you thank you to Ben Shapiro for telling us that. Anyway, and this. And she says I'm pregnant, but I still blah blah blah. And Cardi B snapped back with your baby singing whap whap whap. This is some dry ass pussy. That's ooh. That is savage right there, my friends. Savage. Anyway, so yeah, that was funny. Oh, it's gone all the way. Why is it gone all the way back to the top? Fuck's sake, bookmarks, you dickheads. Right, cancel con. I don't even know if we talked about this, but I think I may have mentioned it previously. It's like a water slide without the water. Are we on? Hang on. Are we on? What do you call it? Are we still on talking about Candace Owens' vag? I don't know. Yeah, Candace Owens. Yeah. Hitler did nothing wrong. Yeah, that's the thing. She was. Candace Owens was saying that Cardi B was politically uneducated, and I was like, bitch, you were doing the Hitler was okay if he'd only stayed inside his own borders. Like, if he'd only been murdering Jews in Germany, that'd be super awesome, but he decided to do it outside of his own country, which is just not on. Which is Amazing. Have you seen the PragerU YTPs? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. You've confused me with your... What's YTP? Young Training Partisans. I don't know what that means, but no. Well, basically, no. I haven't seen it because I don't even know what it is. So clearly, I can't have otherwise, or I did and I totally misunderstood what they were talking about. Stop reading the chat mid-flow, Kevin. See, now you're saying that, Tony, but I've read that now, so I think that gives you an answer. Have I seen PragerU YouTube poops? Oh, YT, of course. Fuck, I've done fucking YouTube poops. I should have worked that out. No, I haven't, but I'm sure you could do some really great ones because they say dumb shit all the time. So splicing it together wouldn't be too difficult. I did a kind of a YouTube poop in one of the intros to the which Descent of Manosphere was it? I forget. Possibly Karen Strong. Yeah, it was Karen Strong. Where I spliced together a couple of clips of her saying, for comic effect, like I wasn't trying to make it look like she'd actually said it. It was proper YouTube poop. Saying to, according to the media, and then the second clip was, "I want you to lick my asshole," which was funny. I enjoyed it anyway. Let's have a look. What have we got here? Squarespace. Well, I'll have a look. Hang on. Copy, because I've got it on a different window, you understand. So in order to show everyone on the screen, I have to take it there. I'll take you there. See, the internet works perfectly well there. Absolutely sensational. Still zero drop frames. Lovely stuff. Didn't work a fucking second when I was with Christy earlier. Anyway, let's listen to this. I need to put my earphones in my ears. They are already plugged in, but not into my ears just yet. There you go. Let's have a listen to PragerU Reload. Dennis Prager Reloaded. Okay. Easy peasy.
Even atheists acknowledge, I'm God. That God is cruel. That God made a world filled with unjust suffering, such as rape and murder, incest, economic inequality, white privilege, rape culture, sexism, racism, intolerance.
Hang on. I presume this person's adding these in as well, because he's got privilege. Which is funny in of itself.
Tolerance, xenophobia, homophobia, rape, Islamophobia, theft, cancer, pain, trigger warnings, child abuse, New Jersey, theft, contempt for truth, murder, rape, murder, adultery, rape.
Unjust suffering, New Jersey. I've never even been there. I'm sure it's lovely.
Stealing, perjury, rape, downloading music and movies without paying for them, stealing, rape, African slavery, Nazism, and communism, the selling of oneself to another person, a black lesbian poet, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, cancer or AIDS, painful disease, premature death, the death of a child, suicidal thinking, severe depression, self-injury. You cannot be happy. Bad breath. Tens, if not hundreds of thousands of women raped. And just left it at that. The 20th century was the most murderous century in recorded history. And who did all this killing? Dennis Prager. There's only so much evil that can be done by individual sadists and sociopaths. Ever since the 18th century, Dennis Prager killed about 100 million people every year and ended up slaughtering the largest number of people in human history. Until very recently, that was considered quite an achievement. Until very recently, that was considered 100 million.
I love the banners. They replaced the communist symbols with Dennis Prager's face. That is very funny. Anyway, enough of that. Dennis Prager, there he is again. He's everywhere. He's everywhere and yet still nowhere. Oh, what have I done there? There's a cat. Anyway. Yeah, they're having a cancel convention. Because that's a thing that needs to happen. And it's so obviously ridiculous because you're literally having a convention, lads. And it is lads, exclusively white lads. No Safe Spaces and Young Americans Foundation present CancelCon. You're not really being cancelled, have you? If you're still allowed to host an event. Like you're still being allowed to have like a convention. That's not cancelling, is it? That's just people criticising you online, you dopey shitheads. Moving on. Here's a turtle and a crocodile. No, hang on. What animals are they? A turtle and a gator high-fiving.
Yeah.
Slap. Lovely stuff. So not only was it a cop that rammed into protesters, they were chauffeuring MAGA chuds. Yeah, that's a thing that happened. In Portland, wasn't it? Yeah, there was a cop who drove through protesters and not just that, but there was the MAGA chuds that they were chauffeuring to a place, which is disgusting. Twerking tortoise. Cheeky little twerking tortoise there. Look, if you got booty like that, shake it, you know? Good stuff. Yeah, in Kenosha, there was, as well as the murders that did take place, 2 Missouri men were arrested on firearms charges after a tipster warned law enforcement the pair were travelling into Kenosha with assault-style rifles. Basically, they wanted to go there and kill people. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, these idiots, everything has to be turned into a holster, because, you know, guns are literally the only part of their makeup as a person. So they've got these weird holster face masks. So, what, like shooting yourself in the throat to own the libs? Is that a thing that's happening now? Jesus. This is just funny. Dickfest cancelled due to COVID-19. And this person says, "You're telling me, mate." Absolutely. Delish. The land of ports. Absolutely. That was my incredible euphemism. Which totally didn't work, because the fucking... well, it worked for YouTube, but Twitch got rid of the... fuck's sake, what's the word I'm looking for? Come on, Kev, you can do this. the audio. The audio from the thing. They if you say some of the naughty words, an algorithm clearly on Twitch puts forward the algorithm cuts out parts of the audio. So if you go back and watch them on my Twitch channel, which you should all do, by the way, at twitch.com twitch.tv/KFLogan1875 is the thing. That was almost professional for a second there, wasn't it? Anyway, yeah, if you go back and watch them, a lot of them have like parts of them that have got no audio, so it's literally just the images. Because Twitch doesn't like the no-no words, and that's fair enough to a degree, but yeah, it is what it is. A lift and shift. I don't know what that is, but thank you nonetheless. Anyway, what was I doing? Yeah, back the fucking this nonsense. I keep pressing things. Technology is annoying. Just FYI, since I took this video, this is a blatant lie. Oh yeah, this was Ian Miles Chung lying about a thing. There were people on top of a house during the BLM protest, and this person, Gino Finelli, was the one who actually took the video, and the people actually lived in the house, who would come out onto the roof of their house to show support for the people, and Ian Miles Chung had lied and said that they were protesters who climbed onto someone else's house and were like vandalising it, because he's a lying right-wing hack, you know. New badge design. Antifa Inc. official member. A totally real org. Absolutely true. That is our new member's badge. So if you join Antifa, as I am the CEO of Antifa, of course, this is my marketing genius, of course. If you go there, you get to antifa.org.com.uk/org.uk.com, you'll find that, and you can join up. This was amazing. Barack Obama hired a faux Obama, basically a black guy with grey hair, to look like Obama, and he filmed him insulting the dude with insults on cards. Now, when this was first described to me, when I say described to me, I read about it, and I was like, no, that's bollocks. That didn't happen. Like, that's clearly like some crazy, like ultra liberal resistance person who's like constantly going about the Russians and the whatever, all this fucking kafifi, all that stuff. Um, who's made a thing up because it sounded so out there, so stupid that I thought Trump wouldn't do that, would he? Yeah, he did. And there's pictures of it, and you say, oh Jesus, what on earth is? He's like the worst person, Donald Trump. He really is a most pathetically broken individual. He can't just face that black people are better than him. He can't. Now, that's not me saying all black people are better than all white people, but like virtually all black people are better than Donald Trump. Other than maybe like some murderers or some shit, but the vast majority of black people are better than Donald Trump. Especially like Obama was successful, regardless of what we think of Barack Obama's actions as president of the United States, which is a completely different topic we could get into, but I can't be bothered. He's clearly a much better human being and a much more popular person. Because, like, the thing is, Donald Trump is only in his position because his dad was rich. The pair of testicles he came out of happened to be attached to a person who owned a lot of money. Whereas Barack Obama came from, like, nothing and made his way into Harvard Law School and then the presidency. And, Donald Trump knows if he'd been born in the same circumstances as Barack Obama, with the same even without the disadvantages of being, like, a black guy in a white supremacist society, Donald Trump wouldn't have gotten anywhere in life. He knows that. And that's what cuts him deep. And why he has to act out against Barack Obama all the time. It's pathetic. It really is one of the most destructive, because of the power involved here, one of the most destructive self-defense coping mechanisms, psychological coping mechanisms that the Earth has ever known. Because everyone else has to suffer for it. Ridiculous. Oh, that's the video of it. Never mind. Whatever. This is the kind of praxis I think the left need to get involved with. A Georgia cop was serving civil papers to someone, basically kicking them out of their house, when a goat got into the cop's car, began eating her papers, refused to get out of the car, and then headbutted the cop to the ground when it finally did get out of the car. Look, there are many issues that goats may have in this world, but everyone needs to get the fuck on this goat's level. Okay? This goat is showing us the way forward for mankind. We're being shown via the cloven-hooved masses how we need to go about our business. That's all I'm saying. Here's a bunny rabbit doing some, show jumping. Look at that. Look at the hang time. That is absolutely delicious. Lovely stuff, you fluffy legend. I mean, look at the air. Look at the air this fucker gets. Michael Jordan wishes he could fucking dunk from that far. Anyway. Man on the Moon? That's a thing. Someone wrote. Man on the Moon. Ariella Scarcella. The incredibly transphobic person who left the left. She's not totally a grifter at all. With one of the most confusing sentences you will ever read. If we defund the police and use social workers instead, watch how much faster mental health declines in this country, thus likely creating more criminals. What? What does that mean? Genuinely, Ariella, I'd love to know, because that doesn't make any fucking sense. What? Just what? I genuinely don't know what that means. I don't have any. Who's this? Stories of a former repressed something. Oh, it's 18 plus. Okay, well I can't go onto that account. Not on air anyway. I'll save that for afterwards. Have a massive wank probably. But and yeah, then there's this. I still don't really know what that creature is or what that meme's about, but it's confusion. Yeah. Yeah, Trump's getting rid of teaching about critical race theory and the 1619 Project and all of this. Now, that's obviously dumb on Trump's part, but it's also not going to have that big of an impact because, it just the federal government are going to get rid of some training schemes, and that's it. Although, again, as this person says, the threatening of like freedom of speech and freedom of academia and this kind of McCarthyist bullshit, as Ida Bay Wells, otherwise known as Hannah Jones, I think, points out, yeah, all this sort of McCarthyist censorship shit. The right are not just deafening silence about it, actually, but significant support, very enthusiastic support. Literally came in his pants, live on air. It certainly seemed that way. Although he did have a beanie over his foreskin, so I mean, I don't know. But yeah, they don't. Whenever they say they support freedom of speech, they're lying. They're so obviously fucking lying. They want freedom to be able to do a racism on fucking Facebook, but they don't want people to actually have the freedom to disagree with their, cultural narratives and things. If you say things that make them uncomfortable, that's bad. If they say things that make you feel genuinely threatened, that's fine. That's what the right want. Here's a cat licking a woman's head. That's just cute. Nothing. Again, just it is what it is. Now, I do love this picture, but apparently this is photoshopped, which is annoying. But it's still a nice image. It's from the what you call it, the Trump boat rally thing where loads of them sank, which is funny. But this particular image is actually photoshopped. That flag isn't a part of the thing. Anyway, that's quite funny. Poseidon for Biden. It's just it's a good meme. That one, isn't it? There are lots of good memes. The memes and the jokes were good. Will we see a commentary of the new Trump tape revelations at some point this week from you, or are we saving them for a happy hour? Well, they would have been in tonight's happy hour had that really happened. But it is saved in my thingamajig, so we are going to go through it tonight. Or technically, it might be tomorrow morning by the time we get to it here in the UK, with it only being 24 minutes away. I don't know. Anyway. So yeah, there will be. I would have done it with Christy, but I still might. It still might come up in the next happy hour, assuming that ever happens again, because maybe the internet will always break when we try. I don't know. Here's a goat with some serious back. Look at the junk inside that trunk. Absolutely. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit confused, but I mean, they've all got nice asses. I mean, look at the asses on these creatures, but this one especially has got boom,